Welcome! This is X tutorial number 24. I received a comment that gave me reason to make this video. In today's X tutorial, we'll talk about my gear. The first item are my pants. Those are some quite thin harem pants. They're made of cotton and reach a bit longer down in the middle, give enough space. Next up are some alpaca wool socks. They'll make sure that my feet stay dry and warm. I always have to walk quite a long way here through snow, and I never got wet feet with those. Regarding my shoes, I'm just wearing some barefoot shoes. I do own some more authentic leather boots, but those are just for some very special occasions. For my upper body layers, I'm simply wearing a black tank top, also made of cotton, and above that, a tunic. And it's quite wide. I simply have more air and space to move in, which I like. And now we come to my favorite part of gear, my leather skirt. I made it myself about a decade ago. It held up quite well. The belt I'm using was originally a belt that held a cowbell. It's really thick and sturdy. I used more leather to sew some parts together to give it a more rugged look. I put some holes in back in the days. Also, just to make it look a bit more fancy. On the belt, I'm wearing my iron rings to hold axes and tools. The leather skirt doesn't impede my movement at all, and it gives a solid layer of protection. Next up, we're having a look at my fur coat. It consists of 3 pieces of sheep fur, 2 of them, which I sew together like this. So there's a hole between the 2 of them where my hat can fit. I simply used leather cords to connect the corners of the fur sheep. And a decade ago, I even carved some wooden buttons to hold it together. That's what it looks like. And then just throw it on my shoulders, and it stays there. The backside is yet another full piece of sheep fur. On the corners, I have 2 loose leather cords. I simply take the piece, throw it over my shoulder, I take my 2 cords, and tie them in a bow tie behind my back, and it will stay firmly and secure the furs that are on my shoulders as well. Another big advantage of this fur coat is it keeps me really warm. I usually don't do it like that, but I'll do it like that now to show you what it looks like. It's back there, the cords tied in the bow tie. I just pull on them, and the fur is loose again. There you go. Last is my leather cap. It keeps my head quite warm, even though it's just thin leather. And the last piece to my general look are my glasses. I don't know many Vikings that wear glasses, so I gotta stand out. And who am I kidding? I can just see much better with glasses. I mean, why else would I wear them? Now the clothing part is done, the axes are next. I ordered those axe heads online. This one is probably 13 years old already. That one is a bit younger. I ordered them from the same place though, fairly a decade apart from each other. And they made the axe head from the new ones smaller, but I think they cost more. Blame the economy. I always do the axe handles myself. My axe handles are made of hickory wood, at least most of them. And I put the dye and the varnish on myself. With the varnish on, they just hold up much longer. As I said, that one is already a decade old, and I think it looks good. It does the job. The axe heads are firmly set in place, such axe head bolts. And yes, as I mentioned in a very early video, those blades are dull. They can't cut. But I only have 3 practice axes which are dull. They are all about the same size, but they have different weight. I own about 15 or so more axes, which are sharp. My long axe is also made by myself. This was once a mattock. To be precise, a double-bladed mattock with 2 flat toe-tie plates set at 90 degrees. I cut off the axe's material to form my axe. I have a thorn at one side to penetrate armor, and well, my axe blade. This axe can cut. Thorn works as well. And that's it for today's X tutorial. I hope this exquisite showcase of my gear gave you some inspiration. See you next time!